My name is Shirley Self, and I'm here to talk astrology. I'm continuing my discussion of the Vision of William Butler Yeats, The Journey of the Soul, and I've come to moon phase 28, the end of one cycle, and it seems appropriate to read a poem from William Butler Yeats at this time. I see my life go drifting like a river, from change to change. I have been many things, a green drop on the surge, a gleam of light upon a sword, a fir tree on a hill, an old slave grinding at a heavy quern, a king sitting upon a chair of gold. And all these things were wonderful and great, but now I have grown to nothing, nothing at all. And we've come to the Fool, the end of the cycle, who has grown to nothing, nothing at all. This is a total immersion. Moon phase 28 is a total immersion. We've come down into Pisces, and this is the Scorpio decadent of Pisces. This is down into the power chakra. So this is a final absorption into spirit. 28 only incarnates to recapture the physical joy of the body. He still needs to spiritualize his understanding of physical reality. His destiny is determined by his character. He is his body of fate. These people have absorbed all of their faculties and are complete. They are a quaternary, starting right here, a quaternary. So character is complete here. No change is possible, and he needs to accept that he is what he is. Limitations, warts, all, that he is complete. And now is just time now to concentrate those energies inside and live in a centered and fulfilled life. He has filled the grail, and to live in that grail is a joyous thing, and he needs to rediscover. He needs to discover that joy because it's very available. Is paying a penance for the emotional rejection of body sanctity. Now that penance is paid out in fear and delusion, and sometimes in terror, and self-doubt. He's got the self-doubt from over here at moon phase 14, Virgo. A lot of self-doubt can, because he feels like he needs to change. He can see himself completely and notice any deficiencies or irregularities, and it's virtually too late to do anything about it. But he'll feel that he needs to change, and that's what Yeats would call the false mask. And any lack of forgiveness will result in paranoia, and he will have self-distrust until he accepts his fate, accepts himself as complete. You have self-judgment will lead to self-loathing. He'll be jealous of other people who can act with effect, because 28 cannot, in a way, act with an effect. He can only be and express who he is and what he sees. These people can be cruelly insensitive. They can be malevolent even. They can see into your heart and your mind and can deliver a blow of greatest hurt because of their vision. Now they lack ambition, and that's a good thing, because they could do damage to the world if they had great ambition. Now, these people used their obsessive nature to focus and consolidate their energy. And if moon phase 28, until moon phase 28 can come into his center, he will obsess on some outer accomplishment. And that outer accomplishment will take him to martyrdom. think Custer here. He can be possessed, kind of possessed by subconscious fantasies and give over to twitches and tics and odd behaviors. But a functional 28, after he has started to collect himself, after he has realized, started to realize and started to spiritualize his life, his body, he has no obsessions and no possessions. He is free to be possessed by spirit. Now, these people are Merlin, the Merlin quarter here. And these people are Merlin. They are masters of earth magic. This is accomplished, of course, earth magic is accomplished by using the sexual power, this life-giving energy, this Scorpio, and that fuels magic is passion. Now there's white magic is prayer and black magic is hate, and these people are powerful in either or of those modes of magic. So 28 is either a sinner and a victim, like Custer, or a sin eater, and that is a martyrdom because they sacrifice their personal energies, their personal vitality, to burn away evil in the world. And that is their martyrdom. And that is the true magic of Merlin, to eliminate evil in the world. These people, once they have submitted to spirit, are enveloped with gratitude and joy. The world benefits. There's a ripple effect from these people. And understand that they are living in the Grail. They are, by that spirit, that fiery energy that fills them, they are constantly renewed and purified. And so that they are sin eaters, and so they are vulnerable to the outside world, to the evils and chaos of the outside world. As they live in themselves, they are simply a healing force in the world by just being present. They act according to their inspiration, and remember that spirit responds to need. And so they have an instinctive response to the needs of the world. They have a joyous aimlessness that, and they can't help but tell the truth, and they're often martyred for that. And nothing but the truth fills their mind. They know nothing, but they know, because they know nothing, they can know everything. They live in a dream. They're impervious to chaos. They're unbiased. This triad here, these three, create a characteristic spiritual genius that gives of its vital energy to heal the world, even those they don't know, because they can respond to just a need that is felt. The innocence of the fool, perfected wisdom, the philosopher's stone. They have taken, the soul has taken the raw, chaotic, ignorant energy of the Demogorgon, tamed it, made it conscious, made it reasonable, and turned it to soul purposes. And now it gives it back to the source as conscious energy, useful energy. Okay, we got some wonderful 28s. Giorgio Armani, Marlon Brando, Stephen Foster. These people tend to be beloved people. Whoopi Goldberg, Woody Guthrie, Tom Hanks, Katharine Hepburn, Karl Marx, Ludwig van Beethoven, and William Bonney, Billy the Kid. So here's the card. Let me get the Kabbalah unveiled here. Here's the card for Moon Phase 28, the High Priestess. This is vibration. This is the waves. This is vibration of your name. This is run and return. Thought forms. A completed consciousness. A solitary journey. A journey across the abyss. A journey across the abyss. So, and here's the, now understand that Moon Phase 28 is complete. And so this is also a part of him, not just part of his creative genius and body of fate, but part of this person is this completed intellect. It's the Philosopher's Stone. Okay. Here is Bob Dylan. His information, 24th of May, 1941, at 9:05 p.m. in Duluth, Minnesota. Bob Dylan, ruled by Mercury. Now that ascendant is ruled by Jupiter, which is ruled by Venus, and which is ruled by Mercury. The midheaven is ruled by Venus, and which is ruled by Mercury. The Jupiter's in a critical degree. He has a besieged moon. Notice that moon down there is tightly squeezed in by Saturn and Uranus, and that's called besieged. And that is a moon that can never be quite comfortable in the world. It is, it can't rest. And it's in Taurus, so that's the senses, and that's instincts. So this is a very sensitive person, and that Saturn will make him uncomfortable with his supersensitivity. And so when Bob Dylan won the Nobel, and there for a while it was, everybody thought he was going to decline, let me move that, decline the honor, or at least not go. But, and you look at that moon besieged between Saturn and Uranus, and you know that was, it's not that much fun going into foreign territory. But he has the Neptune in Virgo up there in the 9th house, and the North Node conjuncted. And so he did go. He did go. But that he doesn't have a lot of energy. And that South Node down there in the 3rd house makes him reluctant to be involved in anything that isn't what he's interested in. And he probably wasn't interested in going to a party in Switzerland. So I assume that's where the Nobel comes from. I have absolutely forgotten. So anyway, he's got a Venus that is septile the Pluto. And that Pluto is septile the Neptune. So we've got the division by 7 there that is 52 degrees. And that is, those aspects are important for the future. They change the future. They are a gift to the future. And what Bob's gift was, you think about that Venus, Pluto, Neptune, that's a gift of his own particular vision. And it's an amazing and quirky and sometimes unsettling vision. He's definitely got his finger on the pulse of the world, at least of this country. His Jupiter's in a critical degree. Notice that 29th degree, the 30th degree of Taurus there. And his Uranus is conjunct Caput Algol, which is the fixed star of losing your head, losing one's head. It's a star of violence and misfortune. And so he can feel that. He can feel that potential right there next to his moon in that Uranus. But it also gives him incredible artistic and musical powers. algal. So that's Bob Dylan, and he pretty much he's a light. He's a light in this country. He's a light. For anybody who listens and loves music, he is a light. And the moon phase 28s, the fools. Their aimlessness is makes them interesting, but they don't know where they're going either. They're guided. They're guided. God's fool has a meandering path. The meander is the path of the fool. Anyway, I have finished in a short discussion. This is not deep, what I have given you. It is much deeper. Buy the book. It's going to take me a long time to put this all on video. So the book will help you, especially if you've been watching. The book will make sense to you now. So that's moon phase. That's the cycle. And as I delve further into the vision of William Butler Yeats, I will give you deeper and more detailed information, because there's a lot of it available. And so I'm hoping that you've enjoyed this and that have found your moon phase amenable to you, as I have found my moon phase amenable to me. So many blessings come to you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.